After a shocking meeting with the Americans in Saudi Arabia, we have new demands from the Russian Federation's Vladimir Putin for what he wants from Ukraine. And in a shameful and shocking report in The Telegraph, we have learned that Trump has confidential plans to strangle Ukraine, forcing them to pay more money than Germany paid in the Treaty of Versailles. This is shameful and shocking. If you don't remember, he once tried to lean on President Zelensky to get information about Hunter Biden. Yeah, I know, it sounds really stupid, but yeah, Trump is getting even because Zelensky didn't want to go with, blackmailing Joe Biden's son. And on Putin's side, things are pretty grim as well. Once again, we learn of maximalist claims for territory. They want Ukraine to admit that Crimea, Donetsk, and Luhansk are permanent, forever parts of Russia, and also to turn over 30% more territory than Russia currently occupies. Additionally, Nibinzaya, Crimea, Zaporizhia, Kherson, Luhansk, Donetsk will have to agree to be forever Russian, and they have to also agree, the Ukrainians, to a revision of their borders with approval by the Russian Federation. It is also important to note they are also being asked to get rid of their entire military. Ukraine will no longer be allowed to have a military. There will be not allowed to be any peacekeeping troops, and there will not allowed to be any assistance by European partners with Ukraine. It will exist within a Russian sphere of influence. Not only that, they will become a forever neutral state, forever tied to the Russian Federation, banned from membership in any military alliances, and no rights to join any security bloc. And strangely, in the last few days, Mr. Putin has started talking positively about Ukrainian entry into the EU, as in a Ukraine that is completely dominated by him and his political party. If you think that sounds like a Trojan horse inside of the European Union to achieve Putin's long-time stated goal to destroy the European Union, yeah, that is what that is. And Trump is going around saying that Ukraine may be Russian someday, and peacetime will involve Ukraine spending a huge amount of its GDP to pay the US for the defense it has already gotten. That means they will be undefended, have no army, and have to pay literally the United States for weapons and equipment and aid that they were given already for free. And now he's saying that Zelensky and Ukraine is the reason the war started in the first place, which is ridiculous because the war started all the way back 11 years ago in 2014 when Zelensky wasn't even in politics and was in a TV show. And these regions that Russia wants to take over are regions that have 20% of all of Ukraine's rare earth minerals, the things you need to get ready for rearmament for your next wave of your war. And to pause for 1 second, please do some engagement so people see this and I do get paid for this. So we have a very bad situation, which only looks like this guy is benefiting and America seems to be dismantling itself in a rapid pace. But this shouldn't shock anyone. We all know Project 2025 was a thing. We were told the far-right people hold conferences publicly all the time. CPAC in Europe is happening constantly. National Conservative Conference. Yesterday, there was a massive far-right conference hosted by Jordan Peterson that the Conservative Party leader was at of the UK. It's absurd at some point. We have to understand that things are getting rough and the far right and the reactionaries feel like they're in power. And for the most part, Donald Trump has been able to, in a few short days, radically change the world, and it is not for the better.